Hello. Sorry, I've had some weird, something weird happening in the stream, but that seems okay. Hello, everybody. The live shortwave show, and hopefully you enjoy today's program as usual. We are here every Fridays at 2000 hours Universal Time. We talk about radio. We just enjoy ourselves and tune the bands and answer questions. My name is Gilles. I'm located in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and well, this is Mr. Paul the Cat, and he's always here saying hi. And yes, he is a big cat, so hey, hi to everybody. Look here, man. Yeah, I know you don't want to look there. Here we go. This is how you attract the attention of a cat. So nice to see everybody here. Do you see yourself? No? Do you see yourself? Are you wondering what's the other cat? He doesn't care about seeing another cat. He sees himself in the mirror and it's like, yeah, so. Almost like, it's me. Who cares? Nice to have everybody here, by the way. And I had a little bit of problem. Yeah, I got a problem here with the streaming. So if there's a little something happening, guys, let me know. I got a little something weird happening. I hope that the stream will still be okay anyways. So, hey everyone. Nice to have all of you here as usual, as we will be talking about radio. And let me put this a little bigger and tilt the screen a little bit here. And I think I'm going to be okay. So, there's a nice chat room for those that want to join in. A great little place where basically everybody talks and chats, and great people out there, and just some cool fun, and hope everybody will love the radio or the shortwave show today. Hello from Romania, Nick Hammondov. Nice to have you here. Richard Cook from windy UK, apparently. Here it's about, what is it now? It's 11 degrees Celsius. So it's kind of cool. Bobby Burgess, WA5107 SWL from Morgan City, Louisiana. Robert McCourney, nice to have you here from Indiana. Fire Drake on 9745, says Richard. We have Matambale from Colorado. Nice to have you here. RYD Coco, nice to have you on board from Spain. Matambale says he's getting NMG fax New Orleans strong on 1279.9. And what are you doing, man? Because I don't know. Okay, just wants to like cozy in. Here we go, Mr. Cat. If you want to just stay here, it's okay. Theo, nice to have you on board. And I did watch your antenna videos. Not bad. Not bad at all. It was nice to see the setup that you did. Cheers, I got my usual beer. Rock the Tech Guy. Rock the Tech Guy, this is not right. I got a problem with the connector here. Sorry guys. I'm trying to fix a little technical glitch I've got. That seems to be a problem. And it just seems that it's not going right. Here we go. Nope, switching between one and the other. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to fix a little problem here. Seems that my Ethernet jack is switching on and off. Yeah, on and off all the time. What the hell is happening here? So I don't know. I hope the stream is going to hold anyways. We'll be checking that out throughout the show. Here it's all green, so hopefully it's going to be okay. Sorry for the little problem. Okay, 15580. I'm on the Voice of America right now. Absolutely. I was listening to the program for the past hour. The signal was pretty good too. So really nice to have everybody here. Rock the Tech Guy, nice to have you on board. We have MDK2. Hello there, Matt. Nice to have you on board also. Ralph Bender, hey there. Sean Fahey, nice to have you here. And Sheldon Harvey, nice to have you on board. We'll talk about a few little things concerning the International Radar Report, including an airing on Shortwave from WINB that I'd like that if some of you are up at that early time, North America, you could maybe tune in to the International Radar Report on WINB. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Jerry DX, nice to have you here. Mark Clark, nice to have you on board from Central Pennsylvania. NL13851, nice to have you here from the Netherlands. David in Barcelona, nice to have you on board. Raptor 22 Stealth. PA1WX from the Netherlands, nice to have you here. Charles Williams, nice to have you on board. Max Edstrong, nice to have you here. Yeah, that Beyond the Curtain, The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, that was a big surprise. PLF Radio, nice to have you on board from France. Bienvenue. Toujours un grand plaisir d'avoir un ami français avec nous. What else do we have? Guardian Treadwell, VE6 GPT, nice to have you here. And no, I had a problem because I got a problem here. My laptop is constantly switching right now between Ethernet and Wi-Fi, as if the connection is not right. And it created a problem when I wanted to start the live show because it was switching, and so the software couldn't get to the server for the video out, and it was always giving me like a error message, which was kind of annoying. So that's why I was a little late. Plus the fact that I realized 9 minutes before that, oh God, I got a show in 9 minutes. Got to set up now. What else do we have? Daxpower 74, nice to have you here from Germany. What do you have? Mick H, nice to have you here. Always cool to see everybody on board. I'm going down the list of people, so be patient. What else do we have? We have Louis Ray, nice to have you here from San Diego, California. Kamal Zoro, nice to have you on board. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Neil Toombs, nice to have you here. M0CJM from Basingstoke-Hampshire, UK. Vianney Arsenault, bienvenue de la Gaspésie, the east part of the province of Quebec. Brian Penny, nice to have you here from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Pretty cool. Buster Brown, hey, nice to have you here. Solarflux 71, not too bad. How was the YouTuber bash last week? It was really a lot of fun, actually. I had a lot of fun there, and it was really, really cool. I actually met a lot of YouTubers. It enabled me to stay in contact with about a dozen YouTubers from Montreal that are, some of them are much bigger than me. I mean, I'm a small YouTube channel compared to a lot of guys. I mean, there's a lot of people that have huge, channels. But we were talking, and it was really a lot of fun. And so I have a few YouTubers from Montreal that we keep contact, and I was thinking of doing a little something with that. I told them, what would be maybe cool, some kind of monthly gathering of YouTubers. We could go to a restaurant or whatever and meet up and talk about our YouTube month and things that we do, and kind of create a little bond between local YouTubers here. It was a lot of fun, and it was pretty cool. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. Gordon Treadwell says that Solar One was fairly strong last night. Had a few problems getting all my service nets. Yeah, propagation was off and on. Yesterday it was on, off. There were times when it wasn't too bad. I tuned the radio. It was very interesting because somebody had mentioned in one of the shortwave groups that there was a channel Africa 6145 at 0400 UT, and I was up and doing a few things, and I thought, oh, I'm going to try it on my icon. And I had it with a pretty amazing signal actually on my icon. It's been a long time since I have not received Channel Africa in South Africa with such a good signal. But at the same time, everything else that I usually receive that was normally good was almost inexistent. There was like a lot of signals weren't there at all. So propagation was favoring north-south, really, propagation. I can tell you that. What else do we have? Vancouver Island DXer, nice to have you on board. I'm on a mini DXpedition today. This spot is about 15 meters from the ocean in a large park, at least 1 kilometer from nearest building of electricity. Tide is coming in. Nice to have you on board from your little DXpedition, Brian. Pretty cool. Sounds like, almost sounds like Perry Island, next to the water and about a kilometer away from houses. Maybe I'm not well, I don't know. I don't think I'm a kilometer away from houses, but, far enough that we have a very low noise. Andrew Ross from England, nice to have you here. Richard Cook says German weather on 5905. Mick says, for your information, everything looks okay. Thank you. I like to know because the connections are not good, and I don't like that. I'm gonna have to try to fix that before the next show. Algernon Fastnet, nice to have you on board from London. CR Brazil, say hello. Nice to have you here. RAIA. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Matt says it's sunny at 67.8 Fahrenheit, 99 Celsius in Denver. Pretty good. Pretty good. We're expecting some cool weather here in the next few days. We had some warmth this week on, what was it, Tuesday, Wednesday? And we reached 27 Celsius. I was outside working all day. It was kind of cool, actually. Dan Walsh, nice to have you here from New York City. Pretty cool. Vancouver Island DXer is near Parksville, BC, and he's got his PL380. PL380. Nice. With a in a wire with a fishing pole. Pretty cool. Raymond Challoner, nice to have you on board. Ray from the UK. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. John, K7NRB, nice to have you on board, my friend. Donald Mickey from Ohio, nice to have you here. Mad Radio DXer, good evening, nice to have you on board. What else do we have? David Starr, WB9PIF in Plano, Texas, nice to have you here. Max says, Frank says, still don't understand how people make money on YouTube, never click ads. Well, you might not click them, but those 6-second ads that play before is when you look at you have no choice except for people that use an ad blocker. Those 6-second ads are automatic. When you watch a video, when you got the 6-second ad before the video, it counts as a click because you can't. These videos you cannot pass over them. So these ads have money. And I always tell everybody, by the way, if some of you out there are using ad blockers, I always tell everybody, if you like the content of someone, I personally don't use any ad blockers because I understand the importance of having the ads for everybody that's a creator, of course. But I also understand why people have ad blockers. And I always tell everybody, well, it's fine if you use an ad blocker, but why not, just put in the, safe list or the, let through ads for the creators that you love. So if you're on YouTube, for example, on this channel, you just remove that. You add this to the safe list of where ads can be displayed. Like, anywhere else you go on the internet and you read, maybe you go to a website where you read all the information and you enjoy what's there. Well, by letting the ads go through, you're helping out that person. Because a lot of people forget when they use ad blockers that the majority of the content on the internet is paid by ads. I mean, the reason why it doesn't cost you a thing for this, well, it's because there's ads in front of it that give me a certain amount of money. And of course, the more people will use ad blockers, the less of that type of content you'll have, because people are going to say, well, okay, I'm not going to, or some of the content that you have that is free will eventually be paid content because there won't be enough ad revenue. And, people work hard. I work hard to do what I do. So it's, kind of fun to have a little paycheck in front of it at a certain time. EB1TR, nice to have you here. Pretty cool to have everybody here. Cyberflyer1, nice to have you on board. Yeah, date is not too bad at all. Not too bad. Matt says, I've been getting Channel Africa signal pretty well for a few weeks now. Pretty good. It's a good time of year for that. How are you receiving Nigeria on 9690? Hey, Ivan, nice to have you here. Night Chalikov, 9690. It's in the noise, but it's there. I do get Nigeria right now on 9690. It's not super strong, but it's there. I can hear somebody talking right now. So not too bad. Not too bad. What do we have? What do we have? Let's go down. Okay. Am I missing anybody? Say hi if I did not mention your name, by the way. After a couple of seconds now that I'll be going down the list. David in Barcelona says, if weak pirate, European pirate on 60 to 80 is coming into his ICOM ICRD 500. Pretty cool. Video stream is strong and clear. Cool. Let's hope so. Alan Willie, nice to have you here from Newfoundland, Canada. So we got both extremities of Canada. Vancouver on the west coast, and we've got Newfoundland on the east. Zachary Enos, nice to have you here. KE8CTY from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Pretty cool. Boramas B, nice to have you on board from Monte Carlo. Nice to have you here from Monaco. It reminds me of Transworld Radio, Monte Carlo, that I would listen. I would wake up when, it was so funny. Does Transworld Radio still broadcast from Monte Carlo, by the way? When I remember the 80s. Waking up at like 2 in the morning just to hear that little 30-minute, or I don't know how many, it wasn't very long, I remember, Transworld Radio Monte Carlo signal. I always like that. Matt says 9690 is very weak in Denver, and enough to hear something. Pretty much the same here, I would say. Yes, first time I think we have somebody from Monaco. Absolutely. Pretty cool. Any recent pirate listening? I heard I heard a very weak pirate that somebody, actually Erica Trell, identified last time we had the show, and after the show there was a pirate, very weak pirate I could hear. I haven't received really any pirates since at all. So yeah. Baron Das, nice to have you here. How to receive shortwave stations in the best way? Well, you need a radio, that's for sure. Portable radio of a certain quality, like depending on what you have. I don't know what your radio you have, and of course, some kind of outdoor antenna will greatly make signal stronger at your receiving end, that's for sure. And April Coles, nice to have you here. Pretty cool. Theo says, my wife Paulina, hey Paulina, says you lost weight. Yes, I have lost. I lost about 25 pounds maybe in total. I'd like to lose maybe another 15, but it's not too bad. Too bad. What else do we have? Will I use my analog radio behind me? This one isn't fit for shortwave, so it's not going to be a good idea. This one is the CB band. I would have to switch it with the other one to do that. Um, so what's your bandwidth on your CB radio? Well, this one is a AM FM CB channel 1 to 40, VHF low 30 to 50, high on 108 to 174, and a UHF scale 450 to 512. It's pretty much the ancestor to modern scanners, if you want. It's funny because when I got that, when I was this radio my dad bought, I was about 14, 13 years old, maybe 14. And I remember tuning around and thinking it was amazing. But today, when you compare that, even to one of the cheapest scanner radios around, you realize how these were really crappy to actually receive signals compared to today's radios. So it's pretty crazy. So it's still broadcast. Ah, that's interesting. I would need to try to check it again. France is on 9690 as well. Could be that, as they are both in Hausa now. Oh, really, Richard? To get at the same, let me just check it out here. I'll bring up my schedules here on my tablet, and we'll be checking that out. I'm just going to check the frequency lists, and we'll bring up EIBI space. So I'll be checking that out. RT Gideon, nice to have you here. Randy from California. Pretty cool to have you on board, Randy from California. Nice. What else do we have? F4IDL. Nice to have you on board from Auvergne. Toujours un plaisir. Toujours un plaisir d'avoir des amis français. IBSpace.de. So I'm just going to check out the list here. So these lists have been, what are we, 212? Wow, the list, EIBI space list was updated today. So it's pretty cool. And so if I look at this, and let me just wait for the list to appear. Jerry DX has 55 here. PLF radio, Gilles, I thought it was the other analog radio. I remember they are quite the same in appearance. They are actually pretty much the same. The only difference is this one's the CB60. The other one is the SW60 because it has shortwave. So, yes. Can we have a list, please? We'll be checking that out. So 9690. Find on page 9690. So 9690 right now. Oh, 2030. Okay, yeah. But France ends in 4 minutes. So if I still get a signal, that means it's the voice of Nigeria. That will be there. It still has. It goes up to 2100 for voice of Nigeria. It says irregular, but you know what? They've been there every day. Honestly, they've really been there every day. Since we're talking. Where is your favorite CB radio to go with? Do you like Cobras? Yeah, they're nice. I have. I got realistic. Only got realistic CB radios here. I've got two TRC 234, 3-channel, 1 watt or 3 watts or something like that, 3 watts. I've got another one's a 40 channel. I've got a TRC something that I can remember that's another 40 channel, and I've got my CB base station, which is an old Navajo base, and that is the TRC 432, I believe. and it is that's pretty much what I have here as CBE. But there's not a lot going on in CB stuff here. Cyberflyer, what beer am I drinking today? Also, do you like cider? Can you get cider in Canada? I'm drinking my Fin du Monde beer right now, which is what I have right now, Fin du Monde. And I do like cider. It's actually very good. From time to time, it happens that I will drink a pint of cider. A bar that I go to has some, and it's actually really good. And from time to time, I like that. It is, and it's different. It's you get when you drink a lot of beer, you have you get a moment where it's like, yeah, I don't want to have beer anymore. You want to drink something else. So cider is kind of a nice alternative, and but cider is for me it's dangerous because cider tastes like juice. So it's easy to drink a lot of cider and get and really drunk. Sheldon Harvey, of course, says that for anyone who wants a free sample copy of the Canadian International DX Club Bulletin, you can email Sheldon at cidxclub@yahoo.com, and only if you've never received a copy previously. So don't forget about that. It has to be. It is a prerequisite, how we say. I'm just gonna put the phone in a state of quietness. So cidxclub@yahoo.com, and it's a beautiful bulletin, very well made. I can show you guys if you want this month's CIDX Messenger. We just go here, storage, downloads, and here is Messenger for October. A beautiful, well-made bulletin that is every month. The fees are $10 per year for subscription, and you'll get a beautiful publication, this is a month of October for the Messenger. Here we go. So this is the Messenger for October. And you will also have, you have 3 years for $25. It is, yes, it does say the Canadian International DX Club, but honestly, there's content in here for everybody, really everybody. So don't think of it as being a Canadian-only club. It's really for everybody, and it deals with all aspects of radio listening. So it's a very, very, very nice bulletin. Also, one thing I wanted to mention. So on Sunday mornings at 14:30 UTC, there's the International Radio Report. It's a show about radio every 30 minutes. This Sunday is the Sunday that I will be there collaborating for being, co-host with Sheldon and David. It's on a local station here in Montreal on the FM band CKUT 90.3 FM. It is also, you can also go on ckut.ca to listen to the archive. There's 3 months of shows there, or also stream it live while the show's going on at 14:30 UTC on Sunday mornings. But there's something I would like to ask, and this was going to be an interesting experiment. On Saturdays at 10:30 UTC, 10:30 UTC, there's a airing of the International Radio Report on Shortwave. It's on WINB, and the frequency is 9265. 9265. So we were talking, me and Sheldon, how it's mysterious that it's been a few weeks now since the International Radio Report has been there, and we haven't had a single report of anyone listening through that shortwave frequency. And I was telling Sheldon that one of the things that's maybe problematic for it is that 10:30 slot, because 10:30 UTC on the East Coast amounts to what? 2:30, not 2:30, 4:30 in the morning. So, no, 6:30 in the morning. I'm all messed up here. 6:30 in the morning. So it's kind of early for the East Coast, 6:30 in the morning. For the West Coast, of course, then it's 3:30 in the morning. So it's like most of North America is to sleep probably, especially on a Saturday. So that could explain one reason that maybe we haven't had any reports. Propagation of that frequency also, 9265, could be problematic also. But if any of you are up that early, 10:30 UTC, why not tune in to 9265 kilohertz Saturday mornings at 10:30 UTC? And if you hear the International Radar Report, let us know through here or through the International Radar Report Facebook page, or there's the email is radioreport@yahoo.com, radioreport@yahoo.com. You can send a little message to Sheldon, say, hey, I heard you on WINB. It would be fun. And this Sunday is going to be an interesting one because we will have part 2 of digital signal monitoring. I will be bringing along a little file that will play on the air, which will be a slow scan TV picture that will broadcast at the end of the show. So if you can listen live to CKUT, you'll hear it. If you miss it, you'll hear the archive. You'll hear it throughout the week. And of course, you can decode the picture. It will be a surprise picture that I will actually create later today and put as an MP3 file so that we can play it on the air. What's cool with this is that because it's slow scan TV, you don't really need a special radio. If you listen to it, it's on FM. Or if you listen through it on WINB, it's going to be, a regular AM shortwave radio will be enough. You don't need to necessarily, cable anything. We'll just, as long as you have a microphone that is quiet in where you are, you can listen and decode it with, there's MMSSTV for PC, Android, and I believe iPhone also. There's a software called Robot 36, which is a great piece of software for slow scan TV decoding. So if you want to try it out, I think it's going to be a lot of fun as a little experiment coming up this coming Sunday for that show. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. NDK2 got Radio Nigeria, which I presume is a clandestine. Probably. No, Radio Nigeria on 9690 is not a clandestine station. Or Voice of Nigeria. Oh, but you're talking about Radio Nigeria via WR9. Okay. Oh, yeah, I saw the post of this one. That's probably different. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's possibly a clandestine. Absolutely, Matt. You're right on that. So, okay, I'll check that out. 14:30, 15 UTC on 11580. I'm gonna try that out because this is Voice of Nigeria, which is the official Nigerian broadcaster. Donald Mickey says, I have short band radio that is a Cobra, but only get 14 channels. Oh, interesting. Vianney says, Fin du Monde is a real good choice. It is. It's a pretty good beer for, especially, for the high percentage of alcohol that it has, because it's 9%. So Cyber Flyer uses a Cobra 148 GTL in the 80s. Cool. Mick says, cider is a wonderful drink, deceptively potent. Yep. Alan Willie says, BBC via Ascension Relay. Good signal here on 11810. Let's check it out here. Oh, wow, yeah. BBC from Ascension Islands.
But even as the Turkish authorities claim they have proof that he was murdered inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, Western warning that serious consequences remain.
So we got BBC on 11810, and that's from South Atlantic Ocean, the Ascension Island Relay. Firefly, nice to have you on board. G8SBS, pretty cool. What else do we have? Hey, William Moser, nice to have you here. Yeah, that's pretty much. Moderator DXing resumed and said hi to everybody. Oh, it's 11:30 UTC. Sorry, I thought it was 10:30. 11:30 UTC. Okay. Sorry for the wrong time. So 11:30 UTC Saturday mornings on 9265. Well, it's a little later. That's 7:30 a.m. A little more manageable for a lot of people. I'm usually not up at that time, but I'll try to make it tomorrow and see if I can hear it. I'll make a recording of it and post it on my YouTube channel. That could be nice. So 11:30 UTC. Sorry guys, I had the wrong time. 11:30 UTC, and on 9265 kilohertz Saturday mornings. So that's via WINB in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. What else do we have? F4IDL says WMR coming really good this evening on 5840. Vancouver Island DXer says ETM scan from 21 stations, 20 of them have reasonable audio. Cool. Yeah, 1130 is okay for Europe. The problem is I'm not sure 9265 is going to propagate from North America to Europe at that time. I'm not really sure. What else do we have? Anything else? So 11:30 Saturday, 11:30 UTC, WINB, and it's the shortwave relay of the International Radio Report, 9265 kilohertz. So yeah, I usually have 9265. If I listen here, do I get it right now? Not even hearing it right now. I get it fairly, kind of fair signals. Odds on this SSTV being a picture of Paul the Cat. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Firefly, actually. Maybe putting a little QSL in the corner of the image to kind of have it as a kind of on-air QSL card. Oh yeah, there's also RX SSTV that you can use, which is another software. Hey, Mr. G, nice to have you on board. Bullfrog89, nice to have you here. KD2CXU, Albany, New York. Working on getting the radio club together at college. So far, about 7 people interested. They're helping me spread the word. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Really nice. Is that a Patrolman shortwave next to you? This is a Patrolman CB60, but it looks exactly the same as the shortwave 60. The only difference is this one has 40 channels as CB. The rest is the same. I sometimes turn them on both next to each other and listen in. Maybe I'll do that tonight. It's kind of cool. What else do we have? F4IDL says 11810 is good in France. Pretty cool. GMT, yep. Greenwich Mean Time and UTC is the same time zone. Same thing. Absolutely. Bullfrogs, and I'll be bringing a next meeting. Hopefully it doesn't go to Gilles' head. Well, you'd rather have another stare in me because at least I'll be talking about shortwave rather than Jesus for 24 hours a day and pretending that the Earth is 6,000 years old. But anyways. So the WINB transmission targets United States and Pacific at that time. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. William Moser's got 17640, which is Madagascar World Voice, I believe. Yeah, it's there. This is Madagascar. That's African Pathways Radio via Madagascar. So 17640. I get the 1800 hours UTC African pathways much better. Hey, William Helms, nice to have you on board. Hope the hurricane down in Florida didn't affect you too much. It was a pretty bad hurricane that you guys got in Florida. Really bad. Yeah, it's 9265. 9265. That's 9625. But I think Richard just inverted the numbers. Mika Delmage, nice to have you here from Alberta. Guess what? Not snowing. Wow, pretty cool. It's it's better. It's actually, I was thinking of you so much, Mickey, this week when we had our 27 degrees Celsius in Montreal. I was like, wow, amazing. It's freezing cold in the west and it's like super warm in the east. Just crazy. JD Williamson, nice to have you here. Vancouver and Island DXer, music on 15580. Strongest signal here right now, not counting WWV. Yeah, that's Voice of America from Botswana, 15580. Pretty good. I had it. It was pretty strong today. I had it for the past hour just before the show started. I was listening to 15580. It was really nice. William Moser says, I had the same radio when I was a kid. Yeah, those were popular at the time. Those were really popular at the time. Moderator DX, so do you use a timer for the ephedry for recording and not on the PC or awake? That's what I do when I'm overnight signals on the HF bands. You could do that. Yeah, I could do that, absolutely. I don't use it, but I should really set it up, honestly. Vianney says 17640 between 5 and 20 dB over there. So that's African pathways via Madagascar. Pretty nice. What else do we have? Take care, Jerry DX. Always nice to have you here. No shows tomorrow, by the way, for those that wonder. There will be no shows tomorrow. It's that Saturday that I'm off. 6170. Radio Romania, 6170.
Cyber defense in 2017, NATO decided to set up a command center for cybernetic operations. At the same time, each member state is strengthening its own cyber defense by implementing strategies that intend keeping vulnerabilities in check, counteracting attacks, or working with foreign partners who share common goals. For instance, Washington has recently published the first cybersecurity strategy in the last 15 years.
So Radio Romania 6170, that's for Europe, but it's coming in pretty well on the East Coast. On the West Coast, let's try 11850. Impossible. Nope. Really 6170, the only frequency is coming in. Charlie Hustle 55, nice to have you here. It says 17640. 20 over in Baltimore. Pretty cool. So, pretty cool. Yeah, the hurricane was really bad. Really bad in Florida. I saw a lot of pictures, and there's actually a big article on the newspaper today here. Vancouver Island DXer says nothing over there on 17640. VNA says, I would be curious to know who uses a vertical antenna for shortwave. I used to use a CB 102-inch vertical for some shortwave listening at some point. I need to put that CB antenna back up to have it working. Alan Willie's got Turkey on 9460 and Turkish. Yeah, that one usually comes in. Let's check it out. Yeah, Voice of Turkey, really good. With some Turkish pop. Let's try Greece, 2420. Oh, no Greece tonight on 9420. That's interesting. No Greece. 9885, I believe, is BBC in Arabic. 9885. Let's try 12095 for BBC also. Yeah, BBC is also good on 12095 from Ascension Islands. Actually, 12095 seems a little better than 11810 for me. 12095 for the BBC via Ascension Islands. So, William Helms says, Michael went right by me, except for a freaky high tide at Fort Myers Beach, going way up past Lanikai Hotel's bar and into the street. Wow. Amazing. Vancouver Island DXer says, time to shut down. North wind is just too cold. I think I'll look for a warmer spot in the sun. Yeah, that's the problem at this time of year. You go out, and the problem with radio listening is we don't move. We're all, like at the same spot all the time. And it gets cold at some point. Richard Cook's got air traffic on 4650. What else do we have? Theo says, I use a vertical IMAX 2000, excellent antenna. Made 3 videos on it. Yep. Pretty good videos. PLF Radio says, strong signal from Turkey on 9460. Radio Active, nice to have you here, says, I hear the carrier on 9885. Matambali's got Spain on 15520S7. Let's check it out. Whoops. 15520. Yep, Spain on 15520.
No te lo hubiéramos planteado ya por anticipado, pero sí a posteriori. En lo que es evidente está evolucionado por lo que dio, por ejemplo, de la plantilla de Lío como institución, ¿no? Referente en España de ciencia marina, que hoy en día, yo que ya llevo 30 años trabajando en la institución, pues no éramos ese porcentaje de mujeres hace 30 años.
So 15520, which is Radio Exterior España. Spanish. Radioactive can just hear BBC. And yeah, I did watch them, Tion. They're good. They're nice videos with all the nice videos of all your setup there for the antenna. Pretty cool. What else do we have? So Tio, you should have your CIDX bulletin in email. You'll see it's a nice little bulletin, and it's very inexpensive to join in. Randall Klontz, nice to have you on board from Chicagoland. Nice to have you here. David says, wow, 15520 Exterior de España is just a faint carrier in Spain. Spain, too close, I guess. Well, the ground wave and skywave out of reach. Radioactive as Spain 15520 as S2, but listenable. You know, that brings me, every time I go to a D-expedition or I go to my Perry Island little location or in the park, what is so amazing is how just the fact that you have a much lower noise floor brings a lot of the signals that you don't hear, because the low noise floor makes it listenable. You can finally do something and hear it, honestly. No problem, Matt. Gotta do what you gotta do. Radio Van Cuba on 12,000 says Richard. Check it out. Yep. Cuba on 12,000.
De abril de 2017 a março de 2018, diminuiu o intercâmbio acadêmico entre universidades cubanas e as ligadas aos Estados Unidos, como a de Porto Rico. Igualmente, a desumana e unilateral medida limita o acesso.
So Cuba on 12,000 kilohertz. Propagation seems to be pretty good today. compared to yesterday, that was kind of yeah. Mick says, can anyone suggest a decent antenna for use in my car? I'd like to use something I can connect to several portables, either via the 3.5mm jack or crocodile clip to the whip. Can anyone get 17815? Let's check it out. Yep. Not super strong, but it's there. I do get 17815 here, Randall. Not very strong, but it's there. So anything that you guys can... oh, Chameleon Vertical is a great portable antenna. Okay, that's interesting. Pretty cool. Yeah, the mini whip could be an interesting one for a car. The PA0RDT mini whip is probably a very, very well suited antenna for car mount, honestly. It probably is really, really good. Matambali says very faint 17815, quiet background though. Radioactive hears music on 17815. What's that on 17815? Just gonna check it out here. On 17815. Phone on page. 17815 is World Harvest Radio. So this is World Harvest Radio, WHRI, on Monday to Saturday list. Yep, World Harvest Radio, exactly. I did not see that the FCC is trying to stop the Chinese radios getting imported to the USA. They're open to transmit on all bands. Yeah, you know, the biggest problem probably is the fact that a lot of these transceivers that require that you have a license, you know, when you try to buy them at a local radio shop, very often they'll ask, they don't have to, but most of the time, a lot of them will ask, do you have your license? Because I'm not selling you a radio without you showing me that license. The problem is everything changed because when you bought stuff on eBay and things that come from China, they don't care. They sell for sell. So it's like they just send it and that's it. So there's a lot of that. And you know what? I'm not sure a lot of the stuff, I mean, you know, quality of electronics today is surprisingly good even at low prices. But a lot of them might also not have FCC approval, you know, in transmitting and being used in the bands that they are supposed to be used in. So that's also something that you gotta, you know, think about. 11580 WRMI. What are the times that you use 11? I'm going to try 11580 here just for the fun of it. Something in Spanish. Well, that's not Spanish. Sorry. Actually, WRMI is not listed on 11580 at all, from what I see here. WRMI does not have a broadcast here. What I've got here is okay. It's okay. That is from WRMI though. It's Radio Nigeria Kaduna on in Hausa on 11580 right now. So that's the Nigeria thing that that Matt was listening earlier. This is actually not a clandestine. Radio Nigeria Kaduna is not a clandestine. It's another official shortwave outlet, I think. I don't know if that is an official one, but this is from Okeechobee, Florida transmitter. So right now 11580 does come out of WRMI transmitters, but it's Radio Nigeria Kaduna, it's in Hausa, and it's for Eastern North America. And it's on right now. So what else do we have? What else do we have? When do we go to B18? In 2 weeks' time on the Sunday. What's the calendar here? Sunday, the 28th of October. We are going to be in the B18 schedule season, which will be the winter schedule. So for the first few weeks after the October 28th change, we're kind of gonna be a little lost in our schedule for a couple of weeks. Some stations are really going to benefit from this because, I mean, I just look at Romania, which is almost impossible to receive local evening here in North America at the 0100, 0100 UT time slot. William Moser, my thoughts on the Kenwood R1000. Looks like a very good radio. I've seen a lot of them. I see a lot of videos on YouTube. People that are actually using them, and they seem to be, you know, the Kenwood line of R receivers, the R600, R1000, R2000, R5000, are all pretty good receivers, even though for the time they were made. So October 28th, Sunday, October 28th is when it's the schedule change is happening. Always happens on the Sunday, the last Sunday of the month of October usually. And here in North America, our clocks change the week after, the first Sunday of November. VNL Sino says 14122 upper sideband ham radio, 20 meter, good signal here. 14122, yeah, that's the French language, guys. So this is probably from possibly from France, or anyways, he has a French accent. It's funny to say when you speak French, but probably one of the French stations maybe. Jack Holmes, nice to have you here. Terry Cook, nice to have you on board. Says 17815, not 17855. S9 in Montana. Bullfrog says FCC is cracking down on the cheap and popular Baofeng. Yeah. You know, I don't know what's going to change, honestly. Hey, Keegan, nice to have you here. XNA DXer in Northwest Arkansas. So, yeah, but it's their transmitter side, but it's Radio Nigeria Kaduna that's rebroadcast from that transmitter site in WRMI. Because it's obviously from the Okeechobee transmitter site. Keegan says light rain over there. Here it's a beautiful day, but it's a little cool. A little cool. Checking my WhatsApp. What is happening on WhatsApp? Oh, I'm going to change something here because I've been, what did it say? Things on top of the other. I don't want to have that. Sorry. So what's up? What's up? My next VHF-UHF show, Bobby, is next week, Saturday, the October the 20th. VHF-UHF. PLF Radio. No, not yet. 4-second delay. Yeah, don't take this too much. I haven't synchronized it with WWV, so don't expect this to be precise, honestly. So nice to have you all here. So what do we have? Light cloud cover, no rain, 21 Celsius in Barcelona. 21 is not bad. It's actually not bad. David. Matambali 11580 is 20 dB over S9. Where he is. Erica Trell, nice to have you here. Listening with John Fisher and Janice. You met the Barbie. Oh, really? Cool. This is nice. Yeah, there's some kind of radio event you guys are having, right? Herrick? Nice to have you guys on. Pretty cool. Jammer on 10225. 10225. I got absolutely nothing on 10225 here. Absolutely nothing at all. While we're at it, first hour is already in. Just want to say hi, and if you enjoy what I do, please consider a little donation. It helps me out, of course. Helps me pay for everything that it costs to do these things, internet access, and buy equipment, change the lighting system, whatever. So paypal.me/shortwave. You can also send it at the Yahoo email that you see here. And of course, there's patreon.com/radio and computers, and join 11 patrons that are giving me a little something every month. And it really helps me out. And don't forget that less than 1% of everybody watching actually donates. So why not give a little something if you never, if you like what I do and you've been watching for years, and well, now maybe is the time to say, hey, I'm going to help you out. Thanks for everybody that I've donated, by the way. So we'll tune the bands a little bit, I think, now. Check it out. Moderator DXing says, weather alerts and storms expected in the UK this weekend. In fact, it's quite windy right now in the south coast of England. Wow. Music on 11610 says Keegan. And that is KNLS from... That's KNLS from transmitting from Madagascar transmitter site in Mandarin. So that's another good catch. I mean, it's what, 14,000 kilometers away. Richard Cook's got a weak CHU time signal on 7850. And 4IDL says 11610, good signal in Auvergne. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And pretty cool to have these little reports. Let's check it out. Let's go up. I'm going to go up to 20 megahertz and go down slowly and see what we can get here. Any signals, any unusual signals that I might be getting here. So we've got nothing much. Let's see, interference. Anything else? 18100 is open with 18100 with some FT8 digital mode. Nothing much more than that. What else in the 16 meter band? Anything on the 16? Really nothing much on a 16-meter band right now. You can see that the signals are not super strong. Let's go down, check the 19-meter band. 19-meter band. Of course, we have Spain on 15.2520. Spain on 15.520. That's a strong signal pretty much in the 19-meter band. I think that is also Spain on 15.390, but it's very weak. Really nothing much more here. Well, we've got a really strong... We've got a good WWV here. I'll take the time to fix this clock at the same time. So we'll be setting our clock live. 2109. There we go. Now the clock is set to perfect UTC using WWV on 15 megahertz. What else do we have? Cuban lady. Well, Max, that's strong. I don't have a definite, I can't say a number, but less than 1% of everybody watching, of course, typically donates. It's a fact. And you know what? I was listening to Voice of the Reporter of the Week on, I think it was last week. And he started talking about donations for his shows, because he wants to, like, have donations for his shows that he puts on shortwave bands. He was mentioning how he was gonna lower the number of frequencies used because of the fact that he didn't get enough donations, and that typically most people were not donating to his outlet. And I think I think it's typical of everybody. Wikipedia. I donate to Wikipedia every year because I think it's an important thing to maintain. Wikipedia doesn't have any ads, and it's supported by the users. And I got an email this week, and I think it's fundamental, the same thing for everybody. They were mentioning that barely 1% of anyone going on Wikipedia donates. So I guess, but the thing is, Wikipedia has much more viewers than me. So 1% or less than 1% for Wikipedia is much more than 1% for me. But I think it's probably the typical donations, less than 1% is probably typical for pretty much everything. I don't think I have less donations than someone else. I think it's just the overall donations you get from people, which is maintained at 1% or less. Keegan says 11610 signal S5 to S4 to S5 out of 5. What else do we have? Cuban lady on 11635. Yeah, Cuban lady on 11635 with the numbers. Weather facts on 11088.1. Am I getting it here? Pretty much nothing here. Vianney Arsenault says 11:06:10 a.m. really good signal too. JD Williamson says 9265 coming in S3 to S5 in the Netherlands. Paul Smith, nice to have you here. Says, hey, just got here, finished chicken balls and sauce. I want some, please send over. I want to have some. Windy as hell at the moment in central England. Wow. You guys are in for some pretty rough weather. What else do we have? Let me go down slowly. Sheldon says 10 degrees C in Montreal, dropping to 5 tonight. Yeah, it's 10.4 on my here on my state, my forecast, my colored forecast station. It's 10.4 Celsius outside right now. So, hey Matt, hello again. Waiting in line to tune to a unknown station on 11580. Yeah, it's Radio Nigeria Kaduna, Matt, via WRMI that you're getting on 11580. Philip Radio has nothing on 11610. Keegan says 15520 moderate to weak, fading at times. F4IDL. 10 is really good. Gary Baker, nice to have you here. Yeah, 14313 is that it's like 7200. It's the cuckoo's nest frequency of amateur radio with all these idiots that have nothing else to do than just rant or whatever. What else do we have here? Something on 14175. Checking out the 20-meter band right now. See what's on. Or 14262.9 something. There's some amateur. 20-meter band's kind of open a little bit. Keegan's got WWV on 10 megahertz. Keegan says 12 seconds delay. Now, 1% of people that will watch overall. I'm not talking per show. Because since the show gets 1,000 views in about 2 days, it's less than 1% of that. It's, even if you count that there's 1,000 people, it's, 0.1% or something. It's a very low number. It doesn't matter. I mean, I ask for donations. It's not something that you have to do. It's I don't really care. It's nice to get donations, but I mean, I will not. So some people are telling me, oh, you should do some paid stuff and maybe some paid live shows, and it's like, no, I don't want to go there. I do get monetization off of YouTube, so I mean, I can't say I got $0. I do get monetization going, and I will not do a show or do things that people got to pay for. Honestly, 10.5 seconds delay in Barcelona. Calvin, nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. Pretty cool. Hey, Gary Horman from Tokyo, Japan. Early Saturday morning. Nice to have you here. It's always cool to have all of you here, by the way. Yes, it is magical that we all hear the same thing. It's fun to tune around in a gang, and have everybody from different areas, and we we just tune in, and it's kind of cool. I mean, it is kind of cool to have everybody tuning in to different signals, seeing what somebody hears in one area and somebody hears on another area. It's kind of fun. Doesn't matter, Max Headstrong. Walkabout 39, nice to have you here. Thanks for the nice comment. Matambali has 12095 S6. Unfortunately, nice at S7. That's the biggest problem, like we were saying. I was saying it earlier. I mean, when I go to the park and I start tuning around and see how the low noise level gives you access to a world of stations. I mean, when we tune, like when I tune here, there are tons of stations in that noise. But because of the noise, you can't tune them. You can't listen. And remove the noise, and it's surprising how many stations actually show up when you're trying to listen in. Dark Noise NL, hey, nice to have you here. I taught some QRM on YouTube, but it was Joel. Oh man, what else do we have? Indicator says, yeah, that's all right, Matt. I got no problem with that. I do understand the fees also. There's a lot of fees in the donations, so it's kind of sad for that also. Absolutely. The only I think the only way there's no fees is within the same country. Like if a Canadian donator gives me a donation, there's no fees there. But Canada to US or to any other countries, I think PayPal has fees for that. Absolutely, which is sad. So I got no problem with that. You just you add them up and make a bigger donation. Once a year, twice a year. It's okay. And like I said, I don't. It doesn't matter. You don't have to. People don't have to give. I mean, it's not like if I was. It's not like if I was. Oh wow. Radioactive has sent is the code of 11088 WeatherFax. It's a very beautiful satellite map. Look at that satellite image for weather. This is Radioactive's the code, which is pretty nice. We can really see clearly the outlines of the west coast of North America and all the cloud covering of the Pacific Ocean. It's a very nice decode. Very nice decode here. Wow. Pretty cool, Carol. Pretty cool. Nice. That's a nice decode. What else do we have? Luis Tarevallo, nice to have you on board. Yeah, if we go to the desert, we'll live as a desert community and listen to Shortwave, far from everybody else. Yeah, propagation is pretty surprising right now. Normand Gaudreau, nice to have you here. Have you tried FS8 Call Digital Mode yet? Love your videos. K1NDG Boston. You mean F? There's a mode called FS8? Because I've done FT8. But just to be clear, because I've done FT8, which is a very nice mode. JT65 is also nice, but FT8 is even better. It's amazing for low signals. You know, like in the noise, you hear almost nothing. Joe making noise, but noise is really good noise of the good, really good variety. Oh man. So pretty nice decode radioactive. Pretty nice. Yeah, that's all right. I got no problem with that. People that want to donate, you just, you know, add it up and give a yearly donation. I got a guy that was telling me the other day, he was sending me a donation, and he was telling me, oh, I send you a yearly donation. It's like being a member of a club or like a subscription. I said, it's fine, no problem with that. And it does lessen the fee, absolutely, because the fee when you donate a smaller amount, the fees are there, and they do take a chunk out of it. That's the sad part of these services that take a lot of fees. So you know, David just added the 40-second thumbs up. But you know, it's just a lot of fun. I should get paid by the hour. You know, honestly. Hey, take care, Sean Fahey. It was nice to have you here. You know, honestly, the YouTube monetization this year is actually not bad at all. Last year, like I always say, last year donations were really important. Last year, without your donations, I would not have gone through the year because it was way too monetization was way too low. This year is surprising. I got the best. I got the best August, the best September ever. Right now, we're the 12th, and I'm getting the biggest October YouTube revenue I've ever had. So honestly, you know, I'm getting revenue, and that's why I'm keeping things for free. I would not see myself, and I don't think it would be fair to put any fees on anything that I put online. I don't want that. And you know, like I say, I had this woman in the U.S. I think she was in Virginia or something like that, and she was telling me how mad she was that I was not getting more donations. And at the same time, look, you don't have to. This is free media, and you're getting here. And I mean, I am getting a paycheck out of it. I mean, I am getting, you know, monetization out of it. Now, the shortwave channel monetization is not very big. Obviously, my main monetization comes from the Windows channel. And the overall fact that I've got 5 channels running, all added together, gives me a decent monetization every month. So, you know, it's okay. I got no problem with that. Oh, JS8 call. JS8. Okay, do you decode that with WSJT? I have not tried that. And Normand, what frequencies are JS8 usually? I'll have to try that out tonight for sure. And thanks for the nice comments, honestly. As we have going down slowly. It was a very nice picture, absolutely. Very nice picture. Yeah, I am thinking about that from time to time, honestly. I am thinking of that, honestly. Hey, Vianney, do you mind me showing everybody the picture? So I'll show the picture of your save. I'll save it so I can actually view it in the picture view. Oh, everything's buzzing here. So here's Mr. Vianney Asano shack. Pretty nice. This little setup. Pretty nice little setup. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anybody wants to send me their shack? By the way, if you guys want to show the shack, send me an email with your a picture of your shack and your radios. I'll check my email from time to time. I'll show everybody the picture, so you guys, everybody can see the everybody's shack. Dark Noise, wouldn't it be awesome to do a live show on Shortwave? I would, absolutely, absolutely. I've been seriously thinking about it for the past few months, and I will be checking that. I will be checking that for sure. I would love it. It would be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, Don's Don VE6JY antenna farm in Lamont, Alberta is amazing. This is amazing. Donnie Murdoch, do I have an SDR dongle? Yes, I do. I actually got 2 of them here right now. JD Williamson, I'd rather be on an island in the ocean. As long as there's no hurricanes. Matt says, voice agrees, barely there on 9420. So it's interesting. You know what? I found it really interesting because earlier we had a really strong turkey on 9460 and a very weak Greece. So this is Greece. It's actually not too bad right now, Greece on 9420. WRMI 9395 also. The economics of YouTube fascinate me. How people make money at this with all the ads, because I'm not getting, you know, you guys will see an ad sometimes before my live show, but that's not the main thing. There are ads everywhere, so I've got hundreds of thousands of views every day, and those have the videos have ads in front of them for some people. Not everybody, because it depends on your market and everything. But my CTR, which is the click-through rate, is 5% right now on average. That means 5% of ads are being viewed. That is what is giving me revenue. The live shows, apart from, you know, the donations, the live shows per se, that's not what's driving my revenue. And honestly, I do this for fun because I could just do videos and never do live shows. Now, I want to do live shows because I find this a lot of fun. Obviously, my live shows are not driving at all my revenue. That's not what is making me get money. You know, 1,000 views amounts to very little money. It's the fact that I have close to 1 million views a day that I am able to make a revenue. With a very small view, you know, anybody that has less than 100,000 views a day is not going to make a living off of YouTube. It doesn't pay enough for that. I get close to 1 million views a day. I'm able to live because of that, because that is an interesting amount of views, and that is enough to drive and make a living out of it. But unless you get at the level I am, roughly 1 million views a day, and growing, because I'm growing at a rate of, my views on YouTube are growing at a rate of about 35% a year, 35-40% a year. I got right now roughly 35% more views now than I had last year at the same time. So that's driving, and what's nice is if revenue goes down for ads, because the revenue on YouTube is not always in the same level. It depends on, every month is different. But even if the revenue goes down a little bit, which is what's happening in YouTube, the fact that I'm 35% more views compensates and even drives a little more revenue. But I got to maintain a 25 to 35% increase in viewers all the time. So I got to have content all the time. I got to have new content all the time. You got to drive it. WRMI. So WRMI with some music. Well, it's off topic, but you know, a lot of people don't understand. I remember one guy that I met last year, and we started talking about YouTube, and he was saying, oh, apparently it gives a penny per view. No, that's not how it works. It's the ads. YouTube doesn't give you anything because of views. It's really the ads that give something. And the way that YouTube works is that 55% of the ad revenue comes to me, 45% of it goes to Google. That's the revenue share for creators. And then you can add things. I'm not there yet, but you can add. If you want, get some brands to back you up and give you money for things. But it's the way it works. You got to be popular, honestly. 9420, 20 over 9 in Baltimore, says Charlie Hustle 55. CRR Windows support smoke grenade. Hey, from Croatia. Nice to have you on board, my friend. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Richard Cook's got WBCQ 9330. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's no official date. No official date for the 500 kilowatt transmitter. I don't know. I haven't seen a date for it, at least. Calvin Joe is on his way to make his first million. Well, I hope so. I can tell you one thing. If I make $1 million, I would not be asking for donations. That is for sure. And, like I was telling everybody, the live shows are not what is... It ain't bringing me a lot of money. The live shows are not anything, that drives money. I do it for fun. And, I did the ones on the Windows channels. And I got tired. I stay on the video side. Here it's a different thing. Here I honestly like and love doing these shows. I would not be doing 3-hour shows and 4-hour shows and 5-hour shows if I wasn't having fun. This, on the computer channels, the live shows were work. It was like going at a job in the morning, waking up and go to work and coming back. At some point you get tired of that. This is not the same. This is fun. We tune the radio bands. I got a lot of friends and a lot of people there that are just great on the chat room. It's really a lot of fun. And this is way, way, way different. So I'm having a lot of fun here for that. Yes, Alex Jones is still on Shortwave, Donnie Murdoch. I heard him yesterday or the day before, I think, on 6115. 6115, something like that. I'm the K2 mean. I got to clean up my desk. Hey, Juan Amigo. Nice to have you here. And it's always nice to have everybody here. What else do we have? I want to be a YouTube millionaire. Hey, Johnny DXer. Nice to have you here. Simon Templar. Nice to have you on board. Pretty cool. J.D. Williamson says I should get paid by texting and not fidgeting. Yeah, take care, PLF Radio. Always nice to have you on board. Let's see if anybody has a send me a picture of their shacks. Please do so. Official Shortwave Radio at gmail.com. Okay? Official Shortwave Radio at gmail.com. Send me a picture of your shack, and I will show it today on the live show. I'm going to check out regularly if I get if I get your pictures, like Vianney. Send your pictures. It'd be nice to see your shack. Keegan says 9420 signal fading at times. Richard Cook says no audio but strong carrier on 9800 for what is Radio Cairo. Yeah, there is a carrier. I do see it, but unfortunately, yes, I do get 1 million views a day. Max says strong. Take care, Ralph Bender. Nice to have you here. It is incredible. That's the total of my 5 channel. I got 5 channels. The total of 5 channels is 1 million views a day. I've reached that level right now. You can Charlie Hustle. There's the official Windows 8. There's Windows Insider. There's Easy Computer Fixes. There's the VHF, UHF, and plus this one. But without that many views, you cannot make much of a living on YouTube. I can tell you, below 1 million views, you better have a day job. At 1 million, where I am at, you live off of it, and you live decently well off of it. But I'm not rich at the same time. Don't worry, if I'd be rich, I would not ask anybody for donations. I can tell you that. So, Brian, Iowa, official shortwave radio at gmail.com. Official shortwave radio. I'll put it in the chat room for the pictures. It's official shortwave radio at gmail.com. And send me your shack pictures. We're going to show that. I'm going to show the shack pictures. It'll be a lot of fun. Still absorbing 1 million views a day. I don't. You know what, Bobby? The problem is, what is very, very complex about WhatsApp and all of that, it's that at the level where I am now at on my views, it's getting very difficult to manage my private life if I have too many people at too many different places. I have accepted some very specific people on some of my personal life. And when you get to the point where I am, you got to understand there's a lot of people watching, and you got to understand that there's different categories of people out there. That's what we were talking about on the YouTube stuff last week with other YouTubers here in Montreal, how when you get somewhat popular on YouTube, you got the great people that are fans, number one fans, and there's a lot of them, and that's the majority of probably what is. The problem is you also get stalkers that try to find every possible way to get into your private life. And I got some of those. I can tell you that. You get some people that are plainly just hate you. That's it. And I've got my share of haters, as you guys know. I've got my share of haters. I think it's just part of when you start getting somewhat popular. It's what's happening. So, you know. it's not super easy all the time. So I try to minimize the way people can contact me, and I'm sorry about that, but you have no choice. And what I do, I select specific people at some point that can join in some part of my private life. But you can't. You gotta manage that because it's the same thing. I at a small level, I've achieved what big artists. When you see the big artists that have these stalkers and these people that want to kill them or whatever. I'm not saying that no one wants to kill me, but even though I'm a very small level here, I already see that, and I already have some haters and stalkers that are difficult to manage. So I try to lower or limit where and how you can see my private life, pretty much. And so if anybody has asked me to be, on a personal friend list or something, Facebook or whatever, and I've not answered back, please don't be offended. It's really not because I don't like you. It's really more of, I don't know who you are. I mean, I see you here, and I know some of you are great people, and I've specifically choose some specific people that I understand are really great people. But you got to be careful who you choose, because I don't know who the majority of you out there are. It's easy to be friendly up front in a chat room, but be a really bad stalker in the private life, which is much different. So that's the thing. So, no, what's driving my million views a day, Max Headstrong, is really the videos. I got videos on how to do things with your computer, or remove viruses, or my tech channel, my Windows and computer channel is the major channel that I have, and it drives, I would say, drives about 60% of all the million views. And it actually is because people need help with their computers, and so these videos are popular. Honestly, if I didn't have that, if you remove, my main computer channel, I would need a day job, because that's really what's driving the monetization right now. Being a professional YouTuber, moderator, DXer is a very tough thing. And honestly, I got slammed so many times. I've been a YouTuber since 2011. And I got once where AdSense stopped monetization for some things. I got some big companies, like I even had Microsoft slam my computer channel for I don't even know what, because you look at the video and you're like, what don't you like on this video? And I've had many occasions, and things are now better, because at the level where I am on YouTube, I have now a direct access to somebody that helps me out, which is something that you need to have a lot of views before you actually have somebody that you can actually email and say, hey, something's happening, got to do something, and in the next 6-7 hours you get an answer back. I have that possibility now, so that is really good, because now if something ever happens, I just contact and everything comes back to normal after a couple of hours, which is nice. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Mick, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I've decided that this was going to be my life, my work life. I took a decision to do it, and that's the thing. I took a decision to have this as my main income. But it's work. Honestly, it's work. Colin Matthews, nice to have you here. Mark Fahey, nice to have you on board from Sydney. Nice to have you on board. Pretty cool. It's always nice to have everybody here. Richard Cook says Radio Ferret, I think on 5860. Playing music. Pretty cool. Yeah, I got stalkers. Absolutely. Can tell you that. Exactly, radioactive. And you know, I got people that got mad at me. You know, I'll give you guys an example. I've had a few people, even here, that were mad because they sent me an email and I answered back 4 days, 5 days after. And think about it. Imagine a guy that gets 1 million views a day, how many emails I get every day. It's in the thousands. I get so many emails that and I would almost need somebody to manage that. And that's why sometimes I take a lot of time to answer back. Because unless I quickly see something or some topic that's important, it's easy for me to have you guys sending me an email and it's just washed out in a sea of emails. And I'll never see it. And you'll be mad because, oh, well, he's ignoring. I got a guy from Germany once saying, oh, yeah, we're that big shot YouTuber now. You don't answer mails anymore. Look, man, 1 million views a day. I've got so many emails. It's easy for me to go over it and not even seeing that you did send me an email. Because if I have to sit down and watch every email, I will be watching emails 24 hours a day. So I'm trying to find a way to manage that, but it's difficult. And so, you know, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. And there are some really nut jobs out there, I can tell you that. There are some nut jobs out there, I can tell you that. David Arden, KJ4CMY, nice to have you here. Yep, same as its price, absolutely. Absolutely. Jill needs a bodyguard. Oh, man. Yeah, I'll give my postal address so everybody can join in. So we're gonna check it out. I got a few emails from people. Carl Matthews, I hate you. So, well, you know what, Carl? There are haters out there that are looking at everything I do to try to find some. They will watch you or look at some videos to find that little something that they can rant about you. It's as simple as that. And some people are just, you know, are just haters because when you get popular, they just hate it. That's it. They're jealous. Radioactive, speaking of day jobs, how's Microsoft working out? It's over. I ended it, actually. It's not over because I got fired or anything. It was fun. It was a nice experience, but I decided that I don't have time for that. That's not my life. Paul Smith says, because you cover a unique topic and know a lot about it, and hams are a funny breed, as you know. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Kimberly, K6YYL, nice to have you here. Pretty cool to have everybody on board. Pretty cool. Ken Bailey, nice to have you here. Exactly as Ken Bailey says. Should be treated with respect he deserves, and that includes his privacy. Voila. Unfortunately, that's part of it. So, you know. Yeah, I could, Donnie Murdoch, add a sponsor feature, absolutely. But, you know. Just noticed a 5.6 earthquake in Guatemala. Huh. So, yes, we will actually look. I'm just going down the list. I'm going to show the Shack emails. I got a few now. Some of you have sent me your emails, so it's pretty good. Pretty good. We're going to check the People's Shack. Richard Tribble, nice to have you here. Pretty cool. So let's. Hey, Jay Watterson, 69. Nice to have you here. Paul the Cat was here earlier. Jason Wallace, nice to have you on board. 6.2 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So, what else do we have? So let's check out. Hey, voila! You know, it's a question of trust. It's a question of trust. Today's show is brought to you by the letter A. Radio Telescope, nice to have you here. Okay, we have Brian, Iowa, that sent us a picture of his shack. And here is from Mr. Brian, Iowa. Very nice little shack. Look at that, guys. Here is Brian, Iowa's shack. Just going to try to position it differently. Pretty cool. So this is a nice little shack. How about it? It's much more well maintained than mine anyways. I like pile things up on everything. That's a nice shack. And what are the radios here? Let's check that out. Oh, let me see the ICOM on the upper left. Nice Grundig on the upper shelf. Really nice stuff in here. Pretty cool. So that's one. Okay. What else do we have? So Brian, Iowa. And by the way, I'm going to keep you guys shack. I'm going to put it in a special folder in my computer. So here is Mr. Radioactive with a picture of his shack and of himself. So here is Mr. Radioactive. Pretty nice. I'm jealous. You guys all have a clean shack. I have things piled up everywhere. So hey, here's Mr. Radioactive. Nice looking fella. And his radios. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's nice. And then we have, and by the way, he's KF7ELY, Pat Noble, or Simon Templar, as he's called in the chat. So here is FT991A Yesu transceiver, and that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. All that you need, you know. Some of us have a million radios. Some of us have one, but we have the one that does everything, and it's just an amazing receiver. So that's nice. Cool. What else do we have? Jason's Shack, ZL2FT, Jason Wallace. This is nice. Radios are ICOM IC7610, ICOM IC7600, ICOM ID5100, running HD SDR of the ICOM IC7610 from New Zealand. So our friend from New Zealand has a very nice little shack here. Look at that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool shack for our friend in New Zealand. Pretty nice shack. We could almost put the HD SDR next to mine. So pretty nice, pretty nice. It's fun to see everybody's radio passion and shack. We have JD Williamson, and he has this nice setup. This nice little setup here. So JD Williamson is shack is this. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And I would guess, and that's pretty much what I'm going to say, that anybody else that did not send their shack is because it's like me. There's too many things piled up over it, and they don't want to show it to anyone. That's maybe what's happening. So, wow, cool. Thanks, guys, for sending me the pictures. It's really, really nice. Really, really nice. It's nice to see everybody's shack, too. Okay. What else do we have? Let's go down a little far back now. William Helm says, management and building antennas. What a dream job having Jill for a boss. Radioactive says, speaking of weather, it's going to be 70 Fahrenheit and sunny for the weekend. That looks like outdoor radio stuff. Or, you know what? One of the things that is interesting is also, at this time of year, any beautiful day is, let's check the antennas before winter sets in, because you ain't going to go in, 6 feet of snow to fix that broken antenna in the month of February. So you got to check everything. It's nice to have everybody here. Thanks for sending the images. It's really, really nice. Well, Max Estrong says my dining room is my shack. If you guys remember the first live shows I did, my ICOM was on in the kitchen, and on my dryer. I can't do a screen share. I don't have the capability. What I could have done is put them on the big screen here, though. That would have been one, but it was kind of complicated to I just decided this now, so it was kind of complicated to manage it. But I could put them in a folder, and next time we do a live show, we'll put them on the big screen. So pretty cool. We have Richard Kemp. Rich in Atlanta, Georgia, with his shack. So here's the nice, beautiful. Okay, I'm jealous here. Everybody has a really clean shack with no papers or nothing. It's everything's in order. Richard Camp in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the shack. We could see the nice Drake receiver here. The other one looks like a ICOM ICR 70 and matching speaker or some sort. Yeah, ICOM external speaker. We have a MFJ noise cancelling signal enhancer. So a nice shack, Richard. Pretty cool. That's very, very nice. Nice receivers and all. Really very nice. I'm jealous. Everybody's cleaned. I'm going to have to clean my shack now. Pretty cool. So, Johnny DXer. Johnny DXer, an AOR AR-DV1, Uniden SDS100, Uniden BCD 536 HP, and SDR Play RSP2. So Johnny DXer is shack. Here we go. Pretty nice. Johnny DXer's shack. This is fun, actually. Sharing everybody's little shack, little setup. It's very, very nice. Very, very nice. Thanks, guys, for sharing all of this. It's really, really cool, actually. And we're all proud of our shacks. We're all proud to show our radios and show everything, the setup we have. It's our pride. I mean, it's our radio hobby. It's pretty cool. So, or you know what? I'm gonna do even better. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm gonna take these pictures. I'll make a PowerPoint slide presentation, and I'll make a video so you guys will see it even better full screen. And I will, put the text of whose shack it is, if you guys want, and I'll make a PowerPoint out of it, and you guys will be able to see it really, really well in a separate video. So that's going to be nice, I think. Yep, absolutely. Very professional setups. Absolutely. David Arden says, my shack is a mess too. Kimberly, K6YYL, official shortwave radio at gmail.com. I'll put it again. Anybody else watching that wants to send a picture of their shack, and if you want to include yourself in it, like, radioactive, you can also. But it's really, really nice to we have Mr. Fastload. Mr. Fastload. This is an amazing one with all the wires everywhere. What the hell? I'm getting. So this is Mr. Fastload's. My friend Eric. This is his shack, and I've been there. It's like a laboratory, I can tell you that. This is all the equipment. He's got a lot of electronic stuff in here. So his shack looks like this, which is amazing. All the wires everywhere is just crazy. Pretty nice. Thanks for sharing. Merci, Rick. Thank you very much. We've got Kimberly. We've got Charlie. Okay, let's go in. Oh, it's because Mickey, you've sent official SWL channel at Gmail. It's official shortwave is the full name. Official shortwave channel. That's why. That's why it didn't work. So okay, Charlie Ussel 55, and he's got two pictures. Picture number 1 for Charlie Ussel 55. Let's check that out. Charlie Ussel 55. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool too. Very cool. And he's got a second picture. And the second picture is this one. Try to get the picture to open. For some reason it doesn't. You just do it like this. Here we go. Second picture is this one. What the hell is happening? So I'm sorry, but what the hell does it do? For a second here, won't take a long time, guys. You open the first attachment and don't want to open this second one for some reason because it's here. Okay. So the second one is, so sorry, I'm going to show you like this, but USA map and the radios at the bottom here. That's pretty cool. Oh, finally did it. Wow, it took an eternity to do it. Here we go. Wow, these are all little transistor portables. Look at that. That's nice. Look at that when we can actually look at them a little closer. Pretty amazing. Oh, I love these. I want them. Look at that. All these little portable transistors. This is cute. So I guess that you are actually collecting these. And they are beautiful. They're very clean too. Wow. Kimberly K6YYL. Oh, this is nice. I like it. Look at that. Simple but effective. Kimberly. And we've got the setup right here. Let's put it a little closer. Look at that. Simple but great setup. Is there money in that little piggy bank? Is that the piggy bank for radio? Are you putting money in the piggy bank for radio? Moderator DXing says, don't have a shack at home, but this was my triple screen setup for when I'm using my SDR and also when I use them for sim racing. I actually sold them to fund my virtual reality headset, which I use for sim racing. So this is pretty nice. Let's, here we go. Bring it up like this. Wow. That's nice. I'd like to try that out, I can tell you. Looks cool. Looks really cool. Really, really cool. Mickey Delmage with his 1972. So this is a, oh god, an August 1972 with a Heathkit GR81 that he still has. So Mickey, this is gold. Wow, look at that, guys, from 1972. Mickey's setup in 1972. I wish I had a picture of my setup when I was like, you know, 15, 16, 17 years old. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I like that. Vintage. So Pat Nobel says rigs at work. A Kenwood TS 890 and bottom is a Kenwood TS 990. So this is what he's got at work. Oh wow, look at these radios, guys. I'm drooling on my phone watching you guys' radios. This is amazing. Okay, somebody. I just got a reply here. So anyways, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty cool to see all the shacks of everyone. Honestly, it's very, very nice. Very, very nice. Really, really cool. Okay, I've got one here that I think is through Dropbox. So let me just figure out how to get this picture. Oh God. I don't have the latest Dropbox app. You need the new app to continue. I hate it when you have to go to an app to view things. So I'll install Dropbox. We're gonna check it out. So it's nice to have everybody sending me their pictures. Really, really nice, honestly. Matambale says this is a further inspiration to build up more shelving and clean things up. Yeah, I should do. You know, I need to clean up so much here. It's just crazy. I just kind of, you know, don't have the time. Matt says, I'm meaning to clean up my desk for a while. I'll do that this weekend and have a shack pick worth sharing. So this is very nice. This is very, very nice. So, Darkness says, I love to see shacks with soldering irons, wire, and workbenches too. I think a shack should be a workspace too. Always fiddling to make things better. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's for sure. Max Headstrong says, Fastload is mad scientist shack. It is nice to put faces to nicknames. Absolutely. That's for sure. Yeah, I will do it. I will absolutely do it. You guys should see that appear during the week. And there's one thing that's very important. There's one thing that's very important, and it's not the amount of radios you got. It's just the amount of it's what you have that is driving your passion. A lot of people have one radio, but that's enough. I mean, I got a dozen radios. I got dozens of radios here. And somebody asked me a very simple question. Honestly, when you have somebody ask you that, you're like, oh, I think I got something here. No, okay. Let's go back. So, you got something in. I just want to display the link. Hey, my friend has sent me a Dropbox G Dingus. I can't open your picture. It says that the link is broken. I've installed Dropbox and I try it, and it says we're probably displaying this link. Please try again for some reason. So the important thing, because I would see one thing where people might be shy today, because let's face it, a lot of us are sharing a picture of a shack full of radios, and I would see somebody be being shy, saying, "Hey, I've only got a portable radio and a corner table," and that sounds, why I'm not going to take a picture of that. Sounds very ordinary and very. It's like, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Be proud of what you got. If all you've got is the Texan PL 380 and a corner table in the kitchen, show us the setup. It's cool. It's nice. There's absolutely no problem there. We don't all have thousands of dollars to spend on radio. It's a fact that most people have only one radio probably. But it's easy to be shy to show what you got when sometimes you see all these pictures of other shacks with tons of radios out there. Don't be shy. It's really, really, really nice, just the fact that you got a radio and you're sharing the same hobby that we have. And that's important to understand. All you need is one radio to participate in the hobby. And that's it. Whatever price you paid for, wherever it is, even if it's an old 1960s radio, that's all you got. We want to see it. It's cool. It's really cool. Yeah, a lot of people have RTL dongles. We saw a lot of screens in there, It's really, really nice to see all the shacks and to see everybody. Everybody's radios and stuff. It's really nice. Keegan said, I'll be sending a picture of my dad, W9JEF ham shack, that might be ready for next show. Cool. Really cool to see everybody here, honestly. Radio porn, absolutely. That's what, if you have to know, we need to be proud each time we have at least portable radio in our hands. That's it. Absolutely. Simple is nice, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd rather have somebody that has one radio and that uses that radio really a lot and it's like listening to everything than somebody that has a gazillion radios and doesn't have time to listen to anything. Very important. Richard Cook says people in Europe should be able to hear Pyongyang on 6400. It's really nice to have everybody here, honestly. Really nice. Yeah, slideshow will be a good idea, absolutely. So it's nice to see everybody's shack. It's nice to see all the stuff. The transistors are really, really nice. A Flavor radio, oh, possibly. Possibly. Vienna says, we are all passionate to see others' installations. Well, absolutely. Honestly. Just, if I would go visit one of you guys, just seeing your setup, seeing your radios, it's so cool. It's something that's just great. Ev Blassie, nice to have you here. It is radio porn. Let's face it, okay, guys? It's radio porn. It is. We can't say it's not. Some people like things that are weird. We like radios. No problem, David. No problem. Waiting for, I'll be checking a little later for more pictures. So we'll check that out. That picture that Mickey shared reminds me of a picture of myself. There's a picture of me like in Christmas 1974 next to the Christmas tree. I'm 5 years old. I just look at it, it's like, whoa, this is so weird. It is a great flashback, absolutely. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It is fun to have, everybody's passion. It's just great. I should turn all my radios on different stations. I don't even know if there's enough stations on the air to actually have one radio on a different station. I will be doing in a few weeks. I'll be doing another tour of all my receivers. Somebody was asking me the other day. That was kind of fun. Could you do another show with each radio that you have and explain to you where they are and the story behind it and all of that? That'd be nice. Absolutely, simple shacks are great. Like I said, I'd rather have one radio that's working really all the time than a gazillion radios and you're not using them. Yes, I will, Bobby Burgess. This week I'll put all of that in a PowerPoint slideshow, and I'll maybe I'll find some music, some kind of shortwave, I don't know, interval signals, or I don't know, between them, and you just put the or just talk and say, well, this is this or that, this is this user's viewer's shack and so on. I'm keeping all of that, that's for sure. Absolutely, it's great. And it's great to see, sometimes because let's face it, if you're an amateur radio operator, for example, you're talking with somebody at the other end of the world and you don't really have an idea of what, that's why I like QRZ.com. Often there's nice pictures of the shack and the antennas, and it's a different dimension. Seeing the other side's radios and setup, it's kind of cool. As VNA says, you're right. Important thing is not the quantity or quality of the radios, but much more the pleasure that you have listening to those. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it is very interesting to see how far amateurs can push their passion. Absolutely. Pretty cool. Mad Radio DXer, trust me, one radio is better than many. I built up such a collection that I had to sell some, and I'm still selling more because I ran out of space. Absolutely. Mick says, one radio? I started there. One radio is a gateway to the dark side. Hey, the Hidden Rabbit, nice to have you here. J.D. Williamson, you only need one radio is like saying to a guitarist you only need one guitar. Tato Crisanto from Philippines. Hey, nice to have you here, my friend. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Hey, Free Saxon, nice to have you on board. Jane Paradis, nice to have you here. I'm trying to find a way to stop my computer making noise on HF. Might have to buy some ferrets for it. Yeah, that's one of the big problems with computers. The noise that they actually create. Kyle Wilson, nice to have you here. Radio porn, rest in peace. Oh, man. Wow, an Olsen R351. I don't even know what that is, William Helms. Andy Coley says, doing a great show tonight, thanks. Well, thanks. It's a lot of fun. El Blasey says, main radio is a Panasonic RF4800. On the 20th, Richard. Sunday the 20th is the Amfest in Longueuil. Saturday the 20th, sorry, not Sunday. Saturday the 20th. Silent Templars listening to Radio China on 13640. Carl Wilson, hey there, from Trinidad in the Caribbean. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Living in an RV makes you only have a few radios due to lack of space. Yeah, you gotta make a choice at some point. Absolutely. So, okay. Here's our friend Meanerman says, greetings from Dry City of Oman, Netherlands. And he has his shack right here. So here we go, guys. Nice, beautiful. I'm going nuts. Everybody has a clean shack. I don't. Here we go. His shack in the Netherlands. Very, very cool. Very, very, very nice. What are these? We've got a Radio Shack DX394. Got something here that that's Elecraft maybe or something. I can't read on the panels, but that was a Radio Shack Pro Scanner. Look at that. Radio Shack Pro Scanner. We've got lots of stuff in here. A Windows 10 laptop. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. Is that an Elecraft or something? Trying to figure out what that is. Pretty cool. Pretty cool to see everybody's shack, honestly. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Thanks, guys, for sharing your shack. Sharing your shack. That sounds... Romanian 7315. Let's check it out. Yeah, look at that.
Identity. The results presented to the government, Parliament, and initiate debates on the issue. The idea would start from us who are active in the field. We should take such initiatives. We, however, need an extremely coherent government policy to that end. We don't even have to invent it, but just take a look at other countries that have done the same thing. And we will notice that they have grown significantly in recent years by promoting this type of tourism. The event held in Bucharest also featured a debate.
For Radio Romania 7315, not bad at all. Yeah, Mick, I thought about the same thing. Saying sharing your shack. Sharing your shack. After a 6-pack of Fin du Monde. Sharing your shack is going to sound like sharing your shack. Sharing your shack. Hey, by the way, just last reminder of if you enjoy what you are watching, what you're viewing today, of course, donations are a great way to help me out. And you can send me a little something at patreon.com/radio and computers. You can also send me a little something at paypal.me/shortwave. Or through the Yahoo email that I am showing here. And thanks for everybody that donated during the show. Yeah, sharing your shack. Sharing your shack. That's kind of weird. Sharing your shack. Thanks for sharing your shack. It is a potential tongue twister, absolutely. Sharing your shack. You got to say it, like 3 times as fast. Sharing your shack, sharing your shack. Okay, thanks. G3ZEM, nice to have you here. The radio is a Yaesu FRG 9600 from the picture. Okay, thanks. Pretty cool. Vianney says, passion of radios is universal. It is extremely important that we share this passion. So we may never know, but we could, interest other people. It is pretty. Shaggy is sharing a shack. Shaggy is sharing a shack. Oh God, that sounds. Shaggy is sharing a shack. Oh man. So, well, my nephew Gabriel's that's saying, hey, how about retro gaming at 8 p.m.? Okay. I don't think I want to do some retro gaming, but anyways. Thanks for sharing, guys. This is so cool. Dark Knights, can you receive Lou from Spain on 3797? Let's check it out. 3797. Lower sideband. Let's check it out here. Got a really high noise level, but I don't see anything much. Let's check it out. We'll check the 40-meter band just for the fun of it. I got nothing right now on 3797 lower sideband. Moderator DX says retro gaming. I'm up for that. But I have to put it live on the retro gaming channel. He wants to get me drunk and play games because he says, "Hey, I'm gonna bring the beer and you fire up your old retro gaming stuff." I'm not hearing him right now. 3797. Well, this is making a lot of. That's a big color. A big color. I'm not hearing anything on 3797. Let's check out 70. Let's check out the 40-meter band. Anything on the 40-meter band of interest on the AM side?
Nee, dus geen SDR. Facelock loop is het modernste wat er is in over.
Okay. This is.
It's got a pretty quality. Maybe even if I could increase the high frequency from 950 hearing, but it's
7177.5. I'm on 7177.5.
It does sound more sounds processed because it seems like it's not like when you don't have a processor and it can have a lot of peaks and valleys in the audio level. In your case, the audio level for every.
Ottawa Hinta, nice to have you here. And brand new to Shortwave, just ordered the Texan PL880 portable to get started. Yeah, that will be a great radio. Honestly, that will be a great radio. I think you live in some kind of a condo, so it might be a little difficult inside the condo, but you definitely on the PL880 have a great radio at Tawahinta. I think you'll have a lot of fun with that, honestly. And welcome to the Shortwave hobby, absolutely, like David Darden says. Charlie K, what's going on? We're tuning the bands, talking about radio. Nice to have everybody here. And so anything else? Let me just check it out here. Anything else? There is some activity on the 40 meter band, that's for sure. What else do we have here?
Okay, Mark, very good. Well, thanks for giving me a call. I do appreciate it. And you have a 5959 signal here into Belfont, Delaware. And
He's in Delaware.
Alex, I'll repeat that again, even if you didn't get it. Alpha Lima Echo X-ray. And I'm about 4 miles north of Wilmington, Delaware, and 3/4 of a mile from the Delaware River. Over. You're still on Yagi, you're 700 miles from your SC2000, is a very nice gauge. I went to North America tonight. And yes, we both should be on more. But it's a pleasure meeting you for the first time, and to get you again. Lots of good DX to you, and with that station, you can compass. You work at PPM, and may God bless you and your families out there. 9 Alpha 9 Romeo, Whiskey Bravo 2, Mike Hotel, Juliet. That's the 7 degrees out there. Really make it have a nice weekend night, and God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Croatia, 7156 lower sideband, 7156 lower sideband is station from Croatia. 9 Alpha 9 Romeo is what I heard. 9 Alpha 9 Romeo. 7156 lower sideband. Delaware? So pretty interesting. Atawenta says, I may be a dirty old woman, but sharing my shack doesn't bring to mind sharing pictures of shortwave equipment. I'll share my shack tonight. What? If you know, I'm a radio guy, so of course if a woman comes up and says, I'm going to share my shack tonight, okay. But then again, in a bar with somebody I don't know coming up to me and saying, hey, want to share my shack? I don't know what to think about it. I will probably, I don't know if I should say yes. Want to share my shack? Oh, God. Hey, B, nice to have you on board. Says, I noticed it has taken you a long time to warm to the Texan PL880. Would you buy one? Yeah, Tim, I would. It's not because I don't want to warm to the PL880. I already have a lot of radios. And in Canadian dollars, it's getting close to 200, if not more. So, but it's not because it's a bad radio or anything. It is a very, very nice radio. It's just, you know, I got other things right now to think about. Radioactive says, all I have on 40 meters is some CW and FT8. Vianney says, hey guys, 99 viewers, but only 60 thumbs up. Why? It'd be interesting. You know, William Helms? There must be a lot of amateur radio emergency communications coming out of that, you know, Florida area where the hurricane hit. Pretty sure. Hey, Algerian girl. It's shortwave radio, and you know what? Greetings from North Africa. Always nice to have everybody from around the world. Anyways, it's just, you know, we're having fun, and that's it. I'm located in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Vianney says, a shack is a shack, but the passion is a passion. Absolutely. Oh yeah, the passion is much more important than the shack, that's for sure. Jose Luis Pena Sanchez, EC4VR, nice to have you on board, my friend. Nice to have you on board. Pretty cool. Charles Williams says he recommends the PL880 without reservations. He loves is. And it is a great radio, absolutely. Matambali says 25-meter band, pretty lively tonight. Cool. Max Ed Strong loves his 880. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Johnny DXer with a little joke. What did Delaware? I don't know. I'll ask. Alaska. These jokes. David in Barcelona. These are pictures of my shacks. 2 of them are of my RF shack with his ICOM ICR 8500 and other radios. And the other is a small panorama depicting my AF or audio frequency hi-fi audio setup. Was playing something from ABBA CD just for show and to have something displayed on the equalizer. At the moment, some components are missing as they're in the technicians, the tuner, and 1 of 2 cassette decks, but it's mostly complete. So, okay, our friend David in Barcelona. Here are some of the interesting things from his shack. So, picture number 1 with the trusty icon that I can see. And there's a man on the computer screen with a red shirt. I wonder where he's from. Looks like some guy from Canada I've heard before. So picture number 1. Picture number 1. You know, I always find it interesting to see when you guys send me a picture of like a computer screen or a TV screen with me in it. It's always kind of weird. So hey, that's what I look like in Barcelona. And look at that nice icon there, and it's pretty cool. Picture number 2. Picture number 2. We've got well, what is this? Everybody's asking me what I'm doing tonight. I'm staying home. Oh, look at that. That's nice. With a Texan PL60 on 660 on top. Oh, the DSP40. Oh wow, we got the same. Oh yeah, I forgot. We got the same speaker that I got here, the realistic. So Mr. David's shack, once again, a nice speaker face down on the table, a wrench of some sort, a tool of some sort. Here's the second picture. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Come on, people want to see you. Mr. Paul is there looking at me because he wants food. And picture number 3 with his hi-fi audio setup, which is very nice. Very nice, look at that. It's fun to see what people's shacks and, you know, have a little piece of everybody's lives around the world. It's kind of fun. It is kind of fun. So, thanks, David. Raptor 22 Stealth for sharing this. Hey, we've got another one here. We've got Jack Belts N9 IIF, and this is what his shack looks like. Oh, that's beautiful. It's colorful. I like that. And here is Mr. N9 IIF shack looks like. I will do a presentation, a PowerPoint, and share that on my YouTube channel. So look forward for that this week. It'll be on the channel for sure. Really, really cool to see everybody's shack. Honestly, I like the microphone. Really nice. It's cool. This is cool. This is really a lot of fun tonight. I don't know why I never did this before. Ask everybody's for everybody's shack and share all the information. It's kind of cool. And for those that wonder, what is happening? We are talking about the shortwave radio and radio in general. And we, of course, are located in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. My name is Joe. We've been on now for 2 hours and 41 minutes. And I'm at my last beer for the night. And of course, we'll stay a little more. 96 watching right now. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And it's funny because we haven't touched the 100. The 100 point in the live shows, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, let's continue. Let's check it out. Where was I? So David, it was nice to see your shack. Atawahinta, according to Amazon, will be delivered between October 18th and the 23rd. So it's cool. Cool. David Arden says, I listened to the National Hurricane Net on 7268 earlier this week. I had, was the day before yesterday, when the hurricane was about to hit Florida, 14,325 upper sideband. What time is it in my country? Well, it depends where we are in my country, because in Canada there's like something like 4 time zones, 4.5. So here in Montreal, which is more towards the east, in the province of Quebec, it's 6:45 p.m. right now. But on the West Coast, for example, in Vancouver, it'd be 3:45 p.m. in the afternoon. And in Newfoundland, it's like something like, is Newfoundland the one that has that half-hour thing? So it's like 8:15. I don't know. I'm all lost here. Or 7:15. It's, anyways. We have too much time zones. Canada's so big, too many time zones. So, what else do we have? Radio Nacional Amazonia 11780. Let's check it out. Yeah, look at that. Wow, an amazing signal from Brazil tonight. With not too much music to not have the copyright police. But you know what, Max Estrong, I kind of like tuning around. I was tuning around with the ICOM the other day, and it's kind of fun to tune around also with analog dial radio and just listen, honestly. So what else do we have? Did Tennessee, Johnny DXer, did Tennessee what Arkansas? I wonder. Or it could be Louisiana. Oh God, did Louisiana? I never had those. I never had those American state jokes. Oh, David says there was a song in the 60s that mentioned several U.S. states. This is where some of these comments come from. Ah, interesting. Really nice. Really nice. Okay, let's go down. Oh man, Max S. Strong says I found out later that my ex-wife was sharing her shack. No problem, I wasn't using it anyhow. No problem, Walkabout 39. It's nice to share the pictures, and I'll really make a PowerPoint for sure. David says, oh yeah, that thing that's facing down on the RF table is a speaker driver I took out of the PL600 that stopped working. I may make an external speaker out of that at some point. Matambali is an outstanding signal. Radio Feta Madagascar. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, look at that. Radio Feta, that's out of Madagascar. 13,000 kilometers from here. Radio Feta Madagascar. 11790. So 11790, Radio Feta, Madagascar. Richard Cook's got Algeria on 252 long wave. Nice. Hey, Patrick Manny. Nice to have you here. Octavian Liescu, 9405, loud and clear in Romania. What's on 9405? Am I hearing something? Nothing here on 9405. Let me just check it out here on the frequency list. If we've got something on 9405. Well, I'm hearing from people I haven't heard in a million years, asking me what I'm doing tonight. Okay, 9405. What's on right now? 9405. I actually have 9405. What is on 9405 according to this? Oh, FEBC in the Philippines. Right now it's Manila. It's the Philippine Broadcasting, Far East Broadcasting Corporation from the Philippines in Mandarin. Anybody hearing that in maybe in Europe? No, it's where is okay, yeah. Maybe in Europe, I don't know where you guys can be hearing it at. So we have Romania. So I mean in Europe, Philippines is coming in 9405. Hey Richard, in the UK, you hearing it? Max Headstrong, this is a family show. Hey Richard, on these last two, going Friday night pizza. Oh, I want to have pizza now. Because of you, which is fine. I want to have pizza. I'm going to go to get pizza. There's a really good pizza place next where I live, so I can tell you. 5.5, Mickey says. Okay, 5.5. I thought it was 4.5. It's even worse. 5.5. Man, this is crazy. Such a big country. Yeah, Russia has more, absolutely. Russia has even more. Russia is huge. You gotta say that. Oh, man. MDK2 is at his daughter's violin lesson, sneaking some live show. Any skip on the Super Bowl? Let's just check out 27025, channel 6. Nothing much. There's something here. What's that? There's local CBers on channel 5. No, on channel 4, sorry. Channel 4. 27005 is channel 4. You know, Madagascar, Madagascar relay station is one of the most amazing stations signals from there are great. And what's interesting is also that for North America, what's nice is that the positioning, when they broadcast from Madagascar towards Africa, well, it's the general direction of North America. So if they have a frequency that can propagate to North America at the time they use it, it's always coming in really well because they're really broadcasting towards us. You know, shortwave doesn't stop at the limits of countries. It just continues on until the signal's too weak, which is pretty amazing. So, you know, just amazing. Yeah, SDRs are nice, but they do lack the sexiness of knob twitching or twiddling. Absolutely. Can I pick up any U.S. medium wave stations in the daytime? I get the ones close to the border. I get 620. That's out of I think Vermont. I get 2 or 3 that are just on the fringe of Canadian U.S. Canada border. New York State, Vermont. I get a little bit Maine. I get a little bit of those, but really it's mostly in the nighttime. Mostly in the nighttime. Well, you know, Matt, I do love seeing signals, and I got to say, it's cool to see here because, for example, just the example to give, I was looking at channel 6 CB, and look, I see that there's activity on other frequencies. If it wasn't for the display, I would not have known that there were some CBers at other parts of the display, which is, I would have missed out on that. And that is a big positive side of it, of SDRs, honestly. Where an analog radio, we don't see what's happening anywhere else. It's one signal at a time. So you miss out on some stuff, absolutely. Oh God. Oh, a very first lesson. Wow, the hardest part. Learning an instrument. That reminds me of the first time I took a guitar lesson. I was like, oh man, really? I don't understand a thing and I gotta learn that? Richard Tribble says, I would not like to have to go back to analog knob tuning. I am spoiled by SDR play. You know, what I'll say is, I would not like to go back to a time when these things don't exist. For sure. But it is nice. It is nice to, you know, these older analog radios are nice to use, honestly. So, you know, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I'm just going to check here if anybody has any other pictures sent. Okay. We have check here. Yeah, this is Mickey in Alberta with some of his snow, which is, yes, definitely a million times better than hurricanes in Florida. So this is kind of nice. Actually, for those that haven't seen, I got a picture here. Look at that, guys. This is my street right now. Just to give you an idea of what my street looks like at this time of year, it's beautiful. So this was taken this afternoon. This is the colorful trees of my street. This is the street I live in. And all the colors in the trees, it's beautiful at this time. And so with the sunshine shining through all the colors, here you see mostly yellow, but there's red and there's like, it's really beautiful. It's one of the great beautiful times. I took this picture this afternoon in front of where I live. What else do we have? Oh, our friend Jack Belts send us some more pictures. So we've got pictures here. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. We've got pictures here. Oh wow, look at that. That is kind of pretty interesting. Another one. Look at that. Can you just focus on? Okay, here we go. Pretty nice. And let's check it out. This is still from our friend Jack Belts. Wow, that looks nice. Look at that. Good old tubes. Old tubes. Look at that. This is going to make a great PowerPoint. Great PowerPoint presentation. Thanks for sharing, Jack. Really, really a lot of fun to have all of this coming in. Hey guys. I was about to say something so weird because I got my cell phone I got my cell phone to in between my legs, and I was about to say that every time I get an email my balls buzz. I'm sorry, I know it's bad, but that's what's happening. B, what is your advice on how to look after a large collection of radios, which you know how to? I mean batteries and capacitors and old radios. First of all, never leave alkaline batteries in any radio that you don't use for a while. Alkaline batteries will, even if it's on the package, it says these will leak proof and so on, forget it. They will leak. And I learned it as early as this week. I took my Texan R9012 little portable. I've not used that one for more than a year, and I forgot that there were two AA Duracell batteries in them. And when I took it out, it wouldn't turn on, so I said battery's dead. Took off the cover for the batteries, and the batteries had leaked. Fortunately, radio still works, so I just like cleaned it out, but never leave batteries. If you're talking about old radios, like tube radios, one of the biggest problems of old tube radios were the capacitors. There's a lot of paper capacitors in them. They kind of dry out and they don't do their jobs anymore. So that's one thing. So finding a replacement for that is often a must in old radios. I'm the kind of guy, I say the same thing on the tech channel. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So often what I'll say is, if you've got a radio and it works fine, even if it's a certain number of years, leave it as it is if it does the job that it's meant to be. For example, I've got the Grendig that Fastload gave me here, the Grendig transistor 6001. And he opened it, cleaned the contacts because the contacts needed cleaning. But when he saw how complex it was, he didn't take it apart to change capacitors or anything because, like, this is way too complex. And you know what? A lot of the electronics will work and behave well for years. And unless you got a problem, very often I don't, even old radios, it's easy to change something. Break something else. If it works, leave it as it is. If it doesn't work or it has problems, then you go tweak and you go change stuff. But I don't recommend a full restoration of a radio when it does work well. Leave it like that, and if it gets some problems eventually, unless you really know what you're doing, and what you'll do is, I've seen these guys like take apart tube radios, like really big tube transceivers and radios from the 60s or 50s, and really clean everything, change everything, change the capacitors, and put it back, and it works. If you know what you're doing, yeah, okay, fine, no problem. But be careful with what you do with that. It's very, very easy. Matt says, I've been getting FEBC this time of here in Colorado. Wow, this time of day. Wow, pretty amazing. You know what, Patrick? Patrick's saying at Tawinta, when do you have time to all these hobbies? Astronomy, now shortwave radio. One thing I want to be is when I'll be at Tawinta's age, I want to be like her and still have a million hobbies. And you know what? I think I will, because that's the way I am, honestly. So what else do we have? What else do we have? Going down, guys, so I'm a little far behind, but I will go down. Chill flute music on 9350. Huh, interesting. What else do we have? Yeah, pretty amazing, all these signals, absolutely. What else do we have? Hey, Alberto Santos, Portugal. Nice to have you on board. Nice to have you on board. Richard, you're on console 3103. You can see it even better. Piet Mondrian student, what SDR are you using? I have a AFEDRI, AFEDRI, software-defined receiver with HD SDR software running here on a desktop computer. It's plugged in my home network, so I can tune it anywhere in the home with a laptop if I want. Just snow, great weather for antenna projects. Yeah, nice fall colors here. Really great. Well, you must have some really nice, some really nice area there in Gaspé area, Vianney. It is a very nice little street, honestly. It doesn't look, I don't look, you know, when you look at my street, it doesn't look like I live in a big city. It looks like I'm in this suburb somewhere. It's a beautiful little place here. I mean, he says, we were without snow until a few hours ago. Oh, man. No snow here, but we will have our first frost next week. I saw that we're going to have -1. I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday night. Sure, it's a sure time that's telling us that winter's coming. Winter's coming. Take care, Radioactive. Nice to have you here. Yeah, tube radios do warm up the shack on a frosty night, absolutely. Johnny DXer, haha, ball buzz. Oh, God. Momentum Valley. Yeah. Marshall Martin, weak batteries will corrode contacts as well. Yeah. You got to be very, very careful with batteries. Batteries are really, really horrible. Any alkaline or any types of batteries, you know, except except rechargeables. You got to take them out. You got to take them out for sure. Jill should do a battery show. Yeah, don't fix what's not broken. That's pretty much what I do. Take care, Matt. Always nice to have you on board. Hey, Joshua. Nice to have you here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Having fun with amateur radio? That's nice. That's nice. Hey, Mick. Take care. Always nice to have you on board. Always nice to have everybody here. We're at 3 hours and 6 minutes right now. That is true, Max Estron. Indoor antennas will not suffer the weather. I gotta go fix my sloper in the backyard. The pole where it's on the east side of the backyard is starting to get crooked. I think there's something wrong. I need to go fix that before winter kicks in. Really amazing. Vianney says, I know the place where you live, Jill. I was there between 1970 and 74 working there. Montreal and all around is super place where we can live. There's a lot of nice place. I live in a part of Montreal that's Rosemont. Nice little place. Nice spot to live in Montreal, honestly. Charles Williams says, I ruined DX 398 by leaving batteries in. Yep, I've ruined some radios because of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've ruined a few little devices, honestly. Christmas Island. Oh, really? Wow, nice. 40 meters. 40 meters. We tuned 40 meters earlier. Joshua, it was pretty amazing. That's nice, Joshua. Doing a lot of ham. I might. If I had my ham license, I might do a lot of ham stuff also. Honestly. Pretty cool. Let's check out 40 meter band, just out of curiosity. Anything else? Oh, let's go down. Let's start at 3300. Let's start at 3 megahertz range. So we got CHU with a great signal on 3330. That's in Ottawa, Canada. About 100 kilometers away. CHU Canada time signal 3330. Take care, Mad Radio DXer. It's nice to have you on board. Hope everybody's enjoying.
23 hours, 11 minutes.
23 hours, 11 minutes. And then we have the 80 meter band. Let's check out the 20 meter band. The 80 meter band, sorry. So lots of stuff here.
Some need for MHA systems in this area as well. I think it's right across the country, to be quite honest with you. Right. Stuff. Yep. Okay. Lieutenant Henry and George, well, it sounds like Gary's working, and good luck on that. That's got to be interesting. The software covers all the models since the beginning. Yeah, I'm on my QRP rig, and I feed that into a little RM Italy HLA 150, and that in turn feeds the big alpha. And of course, I'm using the same audio chain that I use with the Flex, all the Burke actual stuff.
The Wayne County Amateur Radio Club Nets night at 8 o'clock on the local repeater here. And so I'll have to get ready for that. I'm not sure how much.
Lots of activity on the 80 meter band. Lots of activity on the 80 meter band. David in Barcelona says, get your license, Joe. Like I said before, I hope to have mine before the end of the year. I need to get mine too. Absolutely. You're totally right, guys. I really need to. Keegan says I have to yet to get mine. Yeah. Joshua says, wow, Kirby Station, 80 meter, very strong. Kirby's nice. It's kind of nice. Wayne County, yeah. JD Williamson says, that would be nice. Nice one for a live show. Shell answering ham license test from previous years. Hey Vianney, take care. It was nice to have you on board. Toujours un plaisir, Vianney. La prochaine émission est vendredi prochain à 20h temps universel. Next Friday, 2000 hours UTC is the next show. No show tomorrow, by the way. And you know what? I know a lot of guys. I had a email from a ham radio operator that's been like a ham radio operator like forever. And the guy was telling me, you know what? With all the knowledge you have, that's the type of amateur radio operator we need. A guy that knows what he's talking about. A guy that knows radio stuff. Not somebody that just gets into the hobby and knows nothing. It's fun to have somebody like you. And he said, not just that, you're great with the live shows and stuff. You could talk about amateur radio and try to get a lot of people, interested in there, because you can just talk to anyone and everybody's interested. And it's like, yeah, I know. I really need to get my license for sure. Anything? Let's check out if there's anything interesting here. There's a signal here that's interesting. There's a pirate on 4065. There's a pirate on 4065. With some music right now. 4065. There's a pirate station. They're starting to use their low frequencies now. Yeah, look at that. With some music. 4065 pirate station right now. You know, I've had so many people tell me that what's nice is that I don't pretend that I know everything and shove it in your face like some ham radio operators do sometimes. What is that? There's a it looks like a moth. It's just not strong enough for me to ID it. HF Underground. What is that pirate station? On 4065. Shortwave pirate. Man cave, no. Partial India radio. Partial India radio? Partial India radio. Sorry guys, there's a, it's driving me nuts. I'd love to talk to you too, Kimberly, K6YYL on the AM bands. Big Signal in New Hampshire, S9 Plus. in Massachusetts. Someone, Randy in Charlotte, North Carolina, also receiving it. Weak, but copyable. So, Pirate Station 4065, which name is apparently Partial India Radio. Okay. Yep, winter is coming. We're getting into low bands and Moth Attack. Yeah. David, if Paul is DX, then could that mod be Ultralight DX? Yeah, there's a bug or some sort that's flying around. I don't know where it comes from because it's like cold outside, so I'm sure it's not like, you know. So there's a pirate on 4065. Any other activity? Piet Mondrian student says copy 4065 South New Hampshire. And any other pirate stations? Man Cave Radio on 6935. Let's check that one. Anything there? There is something weak. There's something weak, but it's too weak to copy. 6935 for me, but there is something there. The other one on 4065 is stronger for me. With some music right now. Pretty cool. Oh, we are past sunset. We're almost an hour past sunset now. Bobby. Richard in Atlanta, Georgia has Radio Verdad on 4055. It's barely making a dent here. Radio Verdad from Guatemala usually has its strongest signal here around 0300, 03, 03, 0400 UTC. JD Williamson is 1:19 a.m. where he is. It's 7:20 p.m. here right now. Pretty amazing. So, hey guys, hope you enjoyed the show. We're gonna call it quits for now. I'm getting hungry and a little tired, and I'm gonna go get some pizza. And I hope you enjoyed the show. 3 hours and 20 minutes. Pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed. Well, don't forget, donations if you like what I did and what I do. Thanks everybody for sharing. I'm just going to check out if anybody shared anything else. Thanks for sharing your... Oh, Jack Belts has another one before we go. Vintage Zenith Shortwave. So look at that, guys. Oh, this is nice. Look at that. Just give like an idea. So we have these vintage Zeniths. Look at that, guys. These are beautiful. These are beautiful, and look how well taken care of they are. Wow, they're in great home. These are beautiful. These are beautiful. And by the way, if anybody wants to send me their pictures of their shack during the week, we'll have more of them next Friday. How about it? How about it? Hope everybody's enjoying the show and enjoyed the show today. So, hey, I want to thank you everybody for being here. It's always nice. And always nice to be here. Really, really cool. Thank you all, everyone, for being great fans. I mean, without you guys, there would not be any 3-hour shows. It's always fun to be here and do these things. And it doesn't show, but 3 hours of talking all the time. It's at some point you're like, wow, okay. Best URL for Pirate Station database, HF Underground. HF Underground dot what? Dot HF Underground dot org dot what? Dot com. HF Underground. HF Underground.com. Okay, .com. This is where you get all the information of what the pirates are when you try to find information. So take care, everybody. Always nice to have you here. Stay safe. See you next Friday, October the 19th, 2000 hours UTC. Next Saturday, October the 20th, you will have a VHF UHF show. And by the way, before we go, Matambale, you are now moderator, which means you will now be able to post links. And welcome aboard. And if there's some idiots posting whatever, you'll be able to remove them. So welcome aboard as a moderator, Matambale. It's nice to have you here. And pretty cool. Hey, Tony Perron, nice to have you here. Thank you. Thank you. Let me just go ahead here. Hey, Simon Templar. You are moderator also. Simon Templar, moderator. So we've got a few more moderators here. Thanks for being great fans and great people. And congratulations. Just before we leave. So Jason Stafford, thank you. Halloween show, yes, Patrick Manny on the 30th. I am going to see Supertramp or Roger Hodgson Supertramp on October 31st. So I will be doing it the day before. Hey, Juan Amigo, moderator. Here we go, Juan Amigo, moderator. You have earned it also. So congratulations, everybody. And until the next show, Friday, 2000 hours UTC. Hey, Jerry Ball. Nice to have you here, Milcom 1970. It's always cool to see everybody here. And you're now moderator, Juan Amigo. I've just added you as a moderator into the chat room. So take care, my friends. Always great to have everybody on board. See you Friday, October 19th, sorry. October 19th. 2000 hours UTC. That's 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye, everybody. Take care. Love you all. Stay safe, please. And for our friend David in Barcelona, we'll fade out. Bye-bye.